check out the timestamps in the description, as well as the pinned comment in the comment section. I tried to make this as brief as possible, but it didn't really work. It did not really work. So, let's say you're just now getting into modding Helldivers 2, or installing a mod for Helldivers 2. Well, look no further. Now, first of all, let me just tell you, my favorite mod so far, Helldivers International. Because you can do weird stuff like this. See,
Welcome aboard,
Shipmaster.
Helldiver. I look forward to serving with you.
Shipmaster is normal. Probably the first normal person you're gonna see when you get out of that cryopod. But then, things like the PA or the ship TV, well, you can thank the ship service technician for that. And well, let's go talk to her.
Per quanto odi gli insetti, odio ancora di più i dissidenti. Hanno ricevuto la libertà e le hanno sputato in faccia. Morire è un regalo per loro.
Hopefully that doesn't change any of the language options for the PA system. Anyways, let's talk to the democracy officer. Maybe he understands why, we have an Italian speaker on our English-speaking ship. And why the PA/TV system is in Italian as well.
Gelenkte Demokratie bietet wahre Freiheit. Freiheit von der Qual der Wahl.
Okay, he's not much more helpful.
Coordinate missione fissate. Helport pronti.
Oh no. Good thing we have subtitles, right? Well, Shipmaster may be the only normal English speaker here on the ship. Other than us, unless...
Liberty guides my hand.
Yeah, normal person. Normal English speaker. But, what about the other 3 people? Or 3 clones of people stuck in the cryo sleep? Well, one of them speaks
La liberté guide ma main.
French. The other?
スーパーアースのために
Japanese. And the last one,
Protegeré a la super tierra.
Latin American Spanish. Now, what chaos do you think could happen if you were to
Helldiver reporting for duty.
randomize each and every voice every time you die? Well, you'd be speaking a lot of different languages. We're now a multi-lingual destroyer. We imported all of the greatest recruits from across Super Earth. All languages on this ship. Well, when I say all languages, I mean the 8 languages that we have available. And let me go ahead and show you how you too can get this mod among many others. It's pretty simple. I'm going to try and make this as short as possible, but it's going to be long. What you have to do is go to nexusmods.com, Helldivers 2, mods 449. You don't really need to worry about that. I'll send you the link after I finish uploading this. You'll need to make an account if you don't have one already. And what you'll be able to do then is this guy has actually updated the mod so that there are 5 different voice packs. Basically, you have Eagle 1 and Pelican 1 now as an option to replace those, the languages of those people. You would download this here, Aerial Aegis. Second one, if you want to change to Democracy Officer, Mission Control, Shipmaster, or Ship Service Technician, voices, like languages, download this. And now for ship hub and PA system, it's a little bit more complicated. Don't download all of these, just download one. So think about what you want the ship hub to be, what language you want the ship hub to be. Once you figure out what language you want the ship hub to be, which for me, I want mine Italian, I would just download this, the Italian one. It'll give you all the different languages for the PA system. But right now, when you're downloading this, just think about ship hub for these like patriotic propaganda X language set. Then after that, you go all the way down here to Victorious Vanguard. This is the 4 Helldiver voices. You go ahead and download that. You just click manual download and you click slow download. After that, you now have the files in your download. What you're going to want to do now is navigate to the data folder in Helldivers 2. An easier way to do that, a simpler way, is go into your Steam library, go over to Helldivers 2, click on the little gear icon, manage, and then browse local files. After that, it automatically takes you there. You click on the data folder, and you get all this. So this one's way simpler. So let's start off with Victorious Vanguard first. Go ahead and open it. You have Helldiver 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 3 are the female ones, 2 and 4 are the male ones. So, go down to Helldiver 1, which is female. Go to, I chose mine as French.
Helldiver.
So,
Au rapport.
go over to whatever language it is. They're all the same. But I go to French. Just copy these two files, patch_0 and patch_0.stream, and just drag and drop them into this data folder. You won't get this pop-up. I already have the mod installed, so it's just telling me that I have it installed already. But you just drag and drop it. There you go. Now, you do the same thing for 2, 3, and 4 here. For me, 2 is English, so I don't
Democracy
actually do
for
anything.
all.
If you want it to be English, just don't even touch it. 3, I have mine set to Japanese. So Japanese, copy these two files, just drag and drop them, boom. After that, head to Helldiver 4. Mine is set to Latin American Spanish.
Protegeré la
So,
democracia a toda costa.
copy these two files, drop them in, boom. And that's it for Victorious Vanguard. You can go ahead and delete that. Or you can keep it so you can change it up later. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the aerial Aegis. This is for the Pelican one and Eagle one. Eagle one, I set mine to German. So you just click on that, then you just drag and drop into there. Same thing for Pelican one. Just choose your language. Just drag and drop it. I want to keep them English, so, or I already have a different mod installed for his voice, so I don't need to mess with that. Go ahead and delete that or save it. Next set is going to be the patriotic propaganda. This, just remember, whatever you downloaded will be right here, and that'll affect the ship hub. When you think ship hub, think of the big TV that tells you all those commercials and like brash tactics. So I set that to be Italian, and I want the PA system, which is that sort of thing that you occasionally hear. That's what it'll be on the right. So mine is just going to be both Italian After that, you're good there. You can delete it or save it, up to you. And discipline democracy. This one will be slightly different. So, democracy officer, going to be slightly different from all the rest. So, go to democracy officer, choose whatever language you want. I want mine to be German. So, German, and now you see there are two different sets of files here. These two here, and then these two. These two right here affect what the democracy officer says in the mission.
Democracy prevails once
That's
more.
the lines right here, these two. And then on the top here, these affect the democracy officer's voice while you're in the ship. That is
Es
this
gibt nur einen Weg, den Frieden zu sichern.
So,
Und dieser
I'm
Weg
gonna just
ist
drag and drop
Krieg.
this. I already have a mod that changes the voice for what he is in game or in mission. So I'm gonna ignore these two. If you want them to be the same language, you would just drag and drop all four of them. Mission control, I set mine to English, so I'm not gonna mess with it.
Deploying support weapon.
Shipmaster. If you want to change your shipmaster, I set to English as well, so I'm not gonna mess with shipmaster. That's
The
just
enemies
the same
on the battlefield
dealio.
are one thing,
Just grab it,
but at least they're
drag
out
it,
in the open.
drop it.
It's the traitors among us I truly hate.
1 second though. There is something I do have to mention. So, the democracy officer, as you can tell here, his starts with 5AB4204. Some of these do share the same. So this shares the mission control, shares the same one as democracy officer while in the mission. So I'll show you an example here in a second, because shipmaster uses the same files, the same location as democracy officer when he's in the ship. So what you would have to do here is a little bit more complicated. What you're going to want to do is just make another folder real quick, or just drag and drop it into the desktop. It doesn't really matter. Just drop it somewhere that's not in the data folder just yet. And what you're going to want to do is now rename. First, you may have to do this. You may have to go into View, the View tab inside your File Explorer, and go over here to check file name extensions. You might not have to, but you might. So, after that, you would go ahead, click on the file, right-click it, rename, and then you would change its extension from .patch_0 to _1. It'll give you a warning, just click yes. And you do the same thing there. There you go. And that's it. Then you just drag and drop it, and you can see them side by side. So there's the shipmaster and the democracy officer together. They're both going to speak German now. Ship service technician. I set the ship service
La
technician to speak
democrazia è un po' come queste macchine a cui
Italian.
lavoro. Ha bisogno di manutenzione. E gli insetti sono un po' come se uno
You can see
scarafaggio entrasse in
here the
queste
ship
macchine.
service
L'unica
technician
cosa da fare
shares the
sarebbe
same the same files as the democracy officer and the shipmaster. So what you have to do there is just open up that folder, delete these two, drag the ship service technician one over here, and you just rename it Since we already have a 0 and we already have a 1, we're just going to rename it 2. File may become unusable, doesn't matter. Change it, boom. And you just copy and paste that there. One thing to note, you don't have to worry about right now, but in the future, say you don't want, like I don't want the shipmaster to speak German. But I do want to keep the ship service technician speaking Italian, and I want the democracy officer to keep speaking German. What now I have to do is delete these two files, and now I have a 0 and a 2. What you would end up having to do is renaming it to 1 for it. It does break if it doesn't just go sequentially in order. And what I mean by sequentially, I mean starting at 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4. You go all the way. I mean, hell, I can show you my example here. Where is it? Aha! I have a lot of mods installed. So you can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, and you just keep on going down. All the way to what I currently have is 49. So that's that. We're done with that. We can delete that. Now that you have all that set to go, you can go ahead and close out of that. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to cut off here. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. And I guess